Hello everyone and welcome to another Peralta's Played Jan 2026, the first of the year. It's the first of the year. Hello, hi guys. Trying a little bit of a different format this time, primarily because if you guys remember when we started this out, I was going in and watching a few parts of streams we'd done in the past, but I don't think that's necessarily necessary to have me on the big screen. Like, one second, I still have it, but I don't think it's necessary to have me like this for all of the show. We're calling it a show. The show when I'm looking at my games. Maybe when we're watching stuff like videos, but I'm going to try it like this week, see how I feel, and see if it's like we want to mix, or if I want to do it like this and just do it as my normal kind of camera setup, my normal kind of scene setup. But we wanted to try it. So, if you don't innovate, you basically get stuck. So that's the plan today, trying it a little bit differently, trying it out this way and seeing how I feel with it. So Jan, we start off the month pretty strong. Well, I start off the year pretty strong, actually. I'm going to quickly go through sort of what we've done, what we've managed to do. So first of all, we've managed to finish Gears of War 2. Yay. That was pretty much instant. We got that done pretty quickly this year. It says 2 weeks ago, but I actually did this all together. It was just I was waiting for the VODs to come out. Similarly with Halo 4, we smashed through that. Now, those videos are releasing a little bit slower because Nate, a friend of the channel, you guys have heard of Nate, you guys have seen Nate, spoken to Nate, spoken with Nate, etc. I've said Nate too many times now. Anyway, long story short, Nate is taking those to edit. Nate's trying out some editing on those, and obviously Halo is a big franchise for him, so those are taking a little bit longer, but nothing crazy. So you'll be expecting the last of the Halo 4 videos a little bit from now. Now, because of that does mean that Pride of Game Pass is kind of slowed down at the moment, because I'm trying to get that out before I finish. I want to get the Halo 4 videos out before I do any others, just so I'm not getting myself confused. I say that. In the same breath, we've also been playing Grounded 2 again. That update came out on the 27th of the month. I feel like I'm dotting around a bit, but it's just kind of, I'm leading from topic to topic. And that's a little bit different. Genre, welcome in. Congrats on first. And yeah, so Grounded 2 is a little bit different. I'm not numbering these episodes, and I'll go into why in a little bit. I'll kind of jump back to that. Of course, Rivals is a staple as always. Deadpool came out, and then they've just released the new map, as well as they've done loads of updates to the Times Square map. They've included a disco map, and now they've included the Clobbering Club as well, which is like where you can go and do 1v1s, which I think is a really cool idea. Batman as well, we finished this month. This is a replay for me, but still, I basically went, as soon as we hit December, I was like, I need to clear out the games I've been playing. So we smashed through Batman. Batman is now done. That's Arkham Asylum, of course. I was waiting to go to 2 at the beginning, but I kind of lost steam with it, not gonna lie. I think it's one of those games where, because it's coming out piecemeal, because they're making the game still, it's one of those things where even if you liked it in the initial phase, eventually you get a little bit bored of it, a little bit frustrated not frustrated of the wait, because you get it from a game developer standpoint, but you want to play the whole game and you can't. So that's my feeling, at least. I am enjoying going back, and I think because I'm playing with Nate, Tater, and Lily, I think that helps, because otherwise I think I probably would just have abandoned it. Not because I didn't want to play it, just because I've got that many games on the docket. We are very close to finishing Shadow of Mordor as well. It took me far too long, but we're nearly there. I've been really amping up my videos on that, as you guys can see, and last night we did a little bit more there, and we got to, I think, like, we basically have like 2 war chiefs left to kill, and then we can continue this, not kill, brand, and then we can like kind of finish out the story, it looks like. So not far off. I think we'll finish that today, so I'm counting that as finished. So really, we've finished Halo, Arkham Asylum, Gears of War, and Shadow of Mordor this month, because it'll be finished today. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that progress. As well as that, obviously Rivals, like I said, and then 2XKO. Now I didn't realize that like Season 0 came out in October. I didn't realize that at all. So I haven't played this yet, so I finally tried it, and yeah, I enjoyed it, actually. I've been playing it a little bit, not as much as I'd like, and not as much as maybe other people, but yeah, I'm not great at fighters. That's why the title is what it is on the video, the thumbnail. But yeah, a little bit of fun, and I do like the League universe, even if I don't necessarily love League of Legends as a game itself. I play it now and again, but you know. Creasing at all the varied thumbnails, and then Yakuza's just one fuck off block dominating your video list. It is, yes. Yeah. Yakuza was a time. Yakuza was a time. I don't get me wrong, it's one, so that's actually a good point. And worth mentioning in general, actually. I've been trying to vary my thumbnails a lot more. As you guys probably see, there's some times where I have a theme within what I'm doing, but I'm trying to take screenshots from what I'm playing now and not make it like the typical art for the game either. So every time I'm doing this every screenshot for most of these videos that I do is something from the actual gameplay of what I did. So like, obviously, yes, there's still a still from the game mostly, but I think it's better than just slopping on the title art for the game, like the box art for the game. Box art, as if they even sell the boxes anymore. Well, they do, but you know what I mean. So I'm trying to make it more personal. I don't know if it works, but that's what I like to do. I like to have themes with my thumbnails though, so sometimes you do get something like this. Happened a lot with my lives as well, where I had like Ghost of Tsushima there when I was doing that live, Veilguard, Inquisition, the whole block of Inquisition there, Dragon Age, Outlaws, etc. So yeah, always remember, guys, that I do have lives as well, which are like me playing a lot of games. That was when I was streaming on YouTube a little bit more. I've been thinking about maybe doing one stream on YouTube every so often again, because I've been put on like this kind of development track with YouTube for doing live streams. I don't know, maybe. But it's hard when you've got your viewerships on Twitch. Anyway, this video, we're going to talk about this video, which is Content Update 2026. And the main thing with this is that I am trying to vary my content more. I think what I do here is really fun, and I was trying something out last year, and I do want to do more of this. It's just, it's gotten away from me. Peralta's takes, I did a few of those as well. Where are those? Those are way down now, sadly. But yeah, so I want to vary my content. And what that means is, I'm going to try and put Pride of Game Pass and Late to the Party a little bit on the back burner. And what I mean by that is that I really like those series. I like titling them. Are you just dissecting yourself again? Yes, I am, Jaybird. This is what I do every month. You know I am. You know, if you can't review your own work and be critical about it, then what's the point? Anyway, so what I want to do is I want Pride of Game Pass and Late to the Party to still be banners for content I do. But what's changing within that is, first of all, every game that I start will become episode 1 again. So it'll be Pride of Game Pass and then that. It's more of an umbrella term rather than a long-running series. Because when I was doing this, you get a Gears of War episode and you're thinking, why is this episode 81? What? So I am 5 a.m. Hi, Fastest, welcome in. As long as you actually mention some positives. I am being positive. Thank you, Jaybird. I am. Thank you. Hi, Faustus, welcome in. The 81, I think, throws people a little bit. So what the intent to do now is to have episode 1, and then whether it's an edit or it's the full-length stream, that will be mentioned by saying edit or full. So you have you've had already that changeover with Pride of Game Pass, because after Gears of War 2 I decided I was going to do this, and so Halo has started to do that, and as you can see, Halo here has done it. And whilst I'm not numbering Grounded 2, because Grounded 2 started under the old numbering, but then I played another game like after I started Grounded 2, so the numbers will be weird. I am now not titling with numbers on Grounded 2, but I am doing the full on there, if that makes sense. I think it makes sense. Congrats on second, Tater. And yeah, so that's that. Now, regardless of Late to the Party, that's going to be changing as soon as we finish Mordor, because the numbers have ran together for Mordor, but then after that, if I go back to a game, etc. So There's going to be some titles where they're not numbered because they've been part of the original, and I can't really call it episode 1 because I'm still halfway through the game or whatever. But I've moved on to something else. Or you're going to see the numbering started at number 1 again. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? This is not 1 p.m. Did y'all jump ahead? It's 40 minutes before 1 p.m. I said 12 p.m. for Peralta's play. I'm here, was lurking, playing a little comp on break. Wow, playing comp without me. Okay, I get it. I get it. Ignore me, I cannot read. Yep, I shake my head at you, Taylor. Yes, so that's what I'm doing with Late to the Party versus Pride of Game Pass. The intent, though, is to try and make new videos, different experiences, different things. So there's one that I have right now that I want to do. I know we voted for it in the Discord. It's going to be a badly reviewed game that's a horror game. And I found one that's going to be great for us because it's me. It's a bad game. I hate horrors, and I'm bad at driving in games. And it's a game about horror and driving, and it's bad, apparently. Had to salvage the lost streak we went on. Okay, fair play. Don't worry, PP. We can play comp now. Now, even when Nick cannot play with me, I don't think we can. Can we? Depends on the rank. Anyway, that is sort of where we're at. Obviously not as many new games this month, apart from, like, I played a bit of 2XKO, and Halo 4 was new. But not a lot of new games because I want to round out my roster and get rid of the games that were already kind of sitting there for a while. Yeah, so that's the plan. Aren't you Plat 3? I thought it was Plat 2. I think I'm Plat 2. But horrors are great content. Yeah, exactly, Javid. So that was the idea. Cutting through your list nicely at the moment. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's what I want to do. I didn't want to sit on loads of games that I'd started and not finished. So the idea that if we finished 4 games this month, essentially, because once Mordor's done, we finished it. But which will be today. Once Mordor's done, we finished it. By the way, that's definitely a sentence. Horror, my love. But yeah, so 4 games this month: Mordor, Halo, Batman, and Gears. So Gears of War 2. So yay. But next month I want to get some new games on the roster again. So we'll see what happens. Fine, I'll just be Boredom Rivals then. You're not Boredom Rivals. We played last night. Anyway, so I don't have much news to talk about this month. I like nothing like really. I hasn't really sat with me. I haven't like written anything down. But there are a few trailers that I want to look at. What I do want to look at that is sort of news related is High Guard. Now everyone's been talking about how bad High Guard is. I was going to play it and upload a video about it, but it's kind of like I was going to do it on the night of that it released, and then the moment passed, and like everyone hates it now, and like the interest in it's gone already. So like I just didn't bother. But I want to look at it quick just to see. So give me 2 seconds here. Let's turn off the music and let's have a look at High Guard.
Here we go again, gang.
Summoning great assistance! Moving in for the attack. Follow me. Got a generator here.
Perfect. I'll take it.
Oh, the slightly better looking Concorde.
Woo! We're gonna burn this place to the ground!
It looks very generic.
At its core, High Guard is a new mode between 2 teams of 3 wardens each. To start, each team chooses a unique base to defend. This is your main stronghold, while you ride out to fight in the open territory to secure the shield breaker. The ultimate goal of the match is to use the shield breaker to successfully raid and destroy the enemy team's base before they can destroy yours.
Wow. Innovative.
Each warden is built specifically for High Guard's PvP raid mode. They combine tactical skill with powerful magic. You'll have your choice of characters with unique abilities designed around destruction.
I will say some of the character designs look a little bit interesting, but I think that's as far as I'd give anything so far. We're not watching the whole thing, by the way.
Infiltration.
Hiding in plain sight.
And resource acquisition.
Some Vesper to mine here.
The magical abilities of our wardens supplement combat.
Ice wall formed, my friends.
But we're still a gun game at our core. You've got your team of wardens, now it's time to choose your base. Prior to venturing into High Guard, you'll be randomly presented with 4 options for your home base. Your team will vote on which one feels like the best fit for you.
Is this anything new? Why did they think it was going to be like anything revolutionary?
Plant the shield breaker and start the raid. The raid begins with the summoning of your siege tower that will break through the enemy's outer shield and become your spawn point during the raid.
We're getting raided. Jumping back to defense.
Looks generated
The
cheap
defending
animation
team will be able
shows
to
my child
teleport
with
back to
better
their
graphics.
base. So be ready to fight.
You better be ready.
I feel like the only way you get a hero shooter that makes any kind of worth now is to go like Overwatch worked because it wasn't like the others. It was stylized and it was cute and it was like the characters were very like they popped in like a wild way, right? Too complicated and met for me, yeah. And then like sort of, yeah, anime-esque. And then Rivals works because Rivals went, okay, right, let's not do first person, let's do third. Obviously, we'll use the Marvel IP, and then sort of. Even within that, they have a very unique art style. I mean, people now use the Rivals art style. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I think the issue here is, yeah, great, you've got guns and magic, but you've got nothing that offers anything different. Rivals at least has a twerking Venom. Yeah, exactly right, Jaybird. Yeah, at least Marvel Rivals has the raw sex appeal of a twerking Venom. DC Allies went, I play it. None of these characters pop. Marvel Rivals has also made an already poppy characters poppier. Yes, I agree. They kind of went even further, right? I agree. This is Valorant and Spellbreak and Apex Legends. Yeah, exactly. I'm not surprised by Valorant and Apex because I think pretty much those devs are involved, right, or something. Anyway, right. So we all hit High Guard. That's great. We're going to look at Beast of Reincarnation quick. Now, the Xbox Developer Direct was out this month as well, and this is where this and Fable came from. We're not going to watch the whole thing again, but I want to have a look at this quick, just to kind of show you guys a little bit of this. Let's get into like a little bit there. This looks really cool, I think, actually.
遠い未来、文明崩壊後の汚れに侵食された日本。そして一人と一匹のアクション RPG という。
The way I would describe this is it looks a little bit like Ghost of Tsushima, crossed with like Nier Automata.
ゲームプレイで構築されています。
Thanks for the look, Felix.
美しくも過酷なビースト・オブ・リンカネーションの世界で皆さんにも臨場感あふれる冒険を味わっていただくことができればと心から願っています。
It looks really pretty.
ポケットモンスターシリーズで
I'm gonna kind of skip around a bit here just so we get an idea of it without Japanese art creators but with more whimsy.
相棒と共に旅をするという体験を目指しています。汚れと呼ばれる寄生植物が蔓延している世界がかつての文明の廃棄を覆い尽くすほどまでに植物が生い茂った過酷な環境となっており、ダイナミックな移動が要求されます。このような経緯で地を張り自由に操ることもできる鶴のような紙を今の能力にすることになり、プロトタイプも出来上がってきました。そしてそれがエマという人物のバックグラウンドとキャラクターデザインを形作っていったんです。
Japanese poison ivy? Yeah.
これまでゲームフリークは動植物や自然と真摯に向き合ってきました。形状を自由に変えられて武器のように鋭くなりつつも美しい、そんな中核となるモチーフとして植物を選びました。ただ単に美しい植物を風景で表現するだけではなく、遊びにも植物を取り入れました。
I love how what I love is that because usually when they do you have a post-apocalyptic game, it always looks like everything is burnt to a crisp, everything's like unnatural. The idea that this universe is taking it the other way, right? And it's doing this blight has taken over, but the blight isn't like something you might expect from like Dragon Age. The blight is gorgeous and beautiful. It's still corrupting, but it's pretty, and it makes these gorgeous environments. You know what I mean? It's a very interesting take.
ブナの寄生植物の影響で人類の大半が消滅した後の世界です。エマは腐食体を狩り、
その汚れを自分の体に封じ込めることができるという特別な能力を持っています。ただそれがゆえにエマは恐れられ、人々が住むコロニーから隔離され暮らしています。エマと彼女の相棒となるクーは日本の東の地で出会います。
No! The dog!
そのクーの目的がこのゲームの謎の一つでもあります。
名前は何だ？
クーだ。
クーから目を離さない方がいい。
ああ、分かってる。
Okay, just a little bit
機械の
more.
体に転送した姿です。2000年の間に凄まじい戦闘技術を身につけましたが、一方で魂は劣化してしまっていて暴走しています。
Some really cool animations
様々
and
な
stuff
人
here
物
as
と出
well.
会います。長い旅をサポートするブラッド、カグラであったり、あとはクナイというエマと同じように腐食体を連れた剣士とも巡り合います。
とどめはきちんとさせる。
エマとクーは同じく汚れの力を宿し
So there's that. She's a cutie patootie too. Yeah, I'm very excited. It looks very, very cute. Not but like cute, and then also like really like flashy and unique. Like look at the like the flowers and all that. I love
エ
it.
マとクー
Yeah, very excited about that. And then right, okay, so Fable. Now I want to give you guys some background on Fable. I've never played a Fable game. This doesn't make me want to play one, however. And this might be something we do at some point. I know the Fable 2 and Fable 3 are kind of harder to get your hands on, apparently. We shall find a way if we have to. But anyway, yeah. This one is going to be fine to play on its own, I believe. Yeah, but I still like playing the other games. You know what I like? Oh, this is not what I wanted. I didn't like you. I don't like you. That sounds wrong. I don't mean it like that. I clicked the wrong thing. 1 second. There we go.
Thrilled to share our very first deep dive into a game we've been making here for a really, really long time. Fable. Playground Games is renowned for fun, immersive, and visually stunning open-world
Yeah, definitely.
experiences.
That's what I was thinking. That was
Since
just
2010,
basically.
we've been developing the Forza Horizon series right here in
Chickens
Royal
are iconic in
Leamington
Fable.
Spa,
I kind of got
a
that,
charming
yeah.
little town in the middle of England. As Horizon has grown, so have we. Over the past few years, we've built a new team to carry that reputation into a new genre that we are incredibly passionate about. Fable is Playground's first open-world action RPG, and we couldn't be more proud to be carrying on the work of the legendary Lionhead Studios, the original creators of the franchise. And although our game is a new beginning, I think what we're making is really faithful to the spirit of the classic Lionhead trilogy that we all love. At the heart of our game is a simple, recurring question. What does it mean to you to be a hero? Our game is about choices
I'm just going to move ahead a little
and
bit.
their consequences.
Ranger, your heroic powers first emerge, and we discover that you are Albion's first hero in a generation. But not long afterwards, disaster strikes, and the people of your village, including your beloved grandma, are turned to stone by a mysterious stranger.
Granny! I'm actually kind of excited that they're rebooting and letting the old games exist in their own space, let them do more with their own stuff too. Yeah, exactly. It's a good point to start fresh, but say, okay, this is why. You know, this is why those games aren't like the same as these, and we're going our own way, but we're trying to make it faithful to what the originals are.
Alone
I
in the
get
world,
that.
you'll set off on an adventure which will change Albion forever.
Venturing out into the world is a huge moment because this is Albion like you've never seen it before. Idyllic rolling hills.
That's gorgeous.
Magical forests.
Genuinely gorgeous.
Bustling villages.
Must be jam-packed. It does look like it, doesn't it?
Oversized vegetable patches.
Can I also say it's nice to have a game that feels, I know it sounds really weird, but feels British? Like, I know why it's British, because it's being made in Britain. But, like, that feels kind of like, it feels like what fantasy was. Because it feels like fantasy has become so Americanized. Is that fair to say? And I think fantasy is, like, so, like, No. But do you know what I mean? Because like I feel like fantasy has become such a catch-all term for stuff that doesn't feel quintessentially like this feels. I don't know how to describe it. Like the tales of like Camelot and like King Arthur and that kind of fantasy is a very different fantasy to the stuff we see in modern media today. Does that make sense? They feel different. This feels more like folklore almost than like, you know what I mean? It's kind of exciting. Yeah.
Stunning vistas. And because our Albion is truly open world, for the first time, you'll be able to explore this rich and detailed world seamlessly, with the freedom to go where you want from early in the game.
We can't wait to welcome you back to Albion's iconic capital city, Bowerstone. Home to Fairfax Castle, the Old Clock Tower, and the legendary Heroes Guild.
Bramble the Mountain King was folklore based. That sounds good.
Full of contrasts. Rich and poor,
I'll have to have a look at
nobles
that.
and commoners, royalty and criminals.
I just love the design of this game. Like, how did I never get into Fable? I'm going to move ahead a little bit.
Against single opponents and large groups of enemies alike. Melee is at the heart of our close quarters combat. You'll use light and heavy combos, often knocking enemies off balance and executing stylish finishers. Swap to your ranged weapon to bypass enemy guard and deal with troublesome flying enemies. And of course, you'll be able to unleash your powerful spells to both manipulate and devastate your opponents.
So I'll just read this, sorry, 2 seconds. So the devs have the old Fable notes, and something that stuck with them the most and sticks with me is that all devs said Fable isn't fantasy, it's a fairy tale even. I agree. Yeah, and there is a differentiation there. Fantasy is almost a world adjacent to ours. Fairy tale and folklore sits more in our world. Does that make sense? It's more kind of the experience of people before us. To me, at least, that's how I see it. God, I feel like I'm
We're
overanalyzing.
excited to be bringing back some fan favorite adversaries for
This
you
could
to
be
fight.
real. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, exactly. It's like those things that might lurk in the dark in like real life, almost.
Hobbs are back.
The magic in the world we live in. Yeah, exactly.
And trolls.
And we're adding brand new enemies too, like this fearsome cockatrice, a giant fire-breathing chicken. Each enemy family is different, with their own weaknesses to exploit and defenses to overcome. But with all the unique tools in your combat
Do you know what it
toolbox,
reminds me of a lot as well, actually? And I think this is The Witcher almost falls into the folklore category. I think it's got a little bit of those fantasy elements, but I think The Witcher is very much on the same lines because Geralt's dealing with stuff that like is sort of folklore and kind of like you know, like this cockatrice is in The Witcher as well, for example, and like griffins and stuff like that, stuff that we thought existed, right? This could have happened 1,000 years ago. We don't know because they're just stories passed down. Exactly. And I think that's sort of Witcher is sort of on the similar cusp, in my opinion. This is The Witcher, but aggressively British. I was going to say The Bitcher, but that didn't work. Witcher lives between them, I thought. Yeah, exactly. It's like sort of like, but interestingly, The Witcher sort of explains that in its universe because the idea is that you've got this world and then there's stuff coming through into this world from another. So The Witcher almost does that line canonically, if that makes sense, which I think is always quite interesting. But anyway.
how you defeat your enemies is up to you.
This looks really cool. I can't lie.
But there's more to being a hero in Albion than fighting. So much more. When we talk to people about their favorite memories of the original game,
And this is where this
so many
really
of the
gets
stories
interesting,
about
I think.
Stuff you can do when you weren't just being a hero. The normal, everyday stuff which happened when you interacted with the people of Albion.
For me, what I remember most vividly are the inhabitants of Albion and the things you can do with them or to them.
The crazy thing about the classic Fable games was that in the middle of a sprawling RPG was almost a complete other game where you could just mess around with the villages and townsfolk.
And we've built that same experience in the middle of our game too. Buying a house, getting a job, making some money.
Fantasy also appeals to grandiose tales that focus on big stuff, exploding, and fairy tales focus on things that matter to people, which are very small. Yeah.
Fancy a date?
Perfect. You can get to know me better.
That's just reminded me of our joke from Grounded. Where the fuck am I? Where the fuck am I? Perfect. Yeah.
Buying another house. Buying every house in Albion. Buying every business in Albion. Getting rich.
Marrying a bunch more people. Having a bunch more kids. Probably getting divorced along the way for good measure.
And this game within a game is unique to Fable. It's systemic, interconnected, and you see the ripple effects of the things you do everywhere you go.
And all of this revolves around the people who live in Albion.
I love stuff like this in games. A game that feels alive is a game that sticks with you, right? And so this is, I think that's why everyone likes the Nemesis system, which is funny because we're going to play more Mordor. And that's why we're so lamenting the fact that we don't get to see it more. Because, like, a game that you can live in is a game that feels even more real to us, right? You know? Sowing your wild oats, key to gameplay. Yes, Jaybird, okay? Funny as fuck, I was watching this on stream talking about how I love the blacksmith in the OG game that popped up in this one. I love stuff like that, though. That's like what you want in a game. You want to be like a little bit different, but like that's why I enjoy that the professions are like full classes in Final Fantasy 14. It's a little bit different, but because you get to, if you want to focus on being a culinarian, you can. Like, okay, you know. I wonder if they will honor Molyneux's reputation of promising ridiculous things in the game that never comes to fruition. I don't know what this means. I'm sure I'll find out. But yeah, so definitely looking forward to this. This is on my radar. Did they give a date at the end, or did they just say like 2026 sometime?
At Playground Games, we've built a Pillars Cup. Every member to bring forward.
Can you give it time?
Is here. Thanks for watching.
Autumn, I think. Autumn. Okay, cool. Maybe I have to catch up. The OG Fable creator used to make this like ridiculous promises for the Fable games. Okay, I think maybe that might be outrage culture these days. Not them circling it for PP. Thanks, Fable. I truly think it could just never come. I love that. I remember playing a very good and pure character in Fable 2, but I was cross-dressing so people would still insult me from time to time and kick my dog. I think the new reputation system is a good evolution of that. Yeah. Don't like that they kicked your dog, though. We shake our heads at that. And also, obviously, you know, the cross-dressing insults, of course. Anyway, I think that's it for this month. I think it's a lot smaller of an episode than I thought it was going to be. Just because there's not loads and loads to discuss because it's stuff we've already kind of been doing. And there's not loads of, like, game news or anything like that. Fable 2's dog had me committing war crimes in his defense. What, like John Wick? Fable 2 dog, I burned the world for that dog. Fucked off a lot of dead NPCs to only bring my dog back. This dog's very important, apparently, guys. Very important. I'm excited. We shall see. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot more to discuss this month. I think it's one of those months where, because it's January, there's not much to say. But when we get into the meat of next month, obviously we talk about new games, new stuff like that. So I'm really excited to kind of see where we're going next. Yeah, I feel like I'm a little bit antsy to start new stuff, and I feel like that's where I'm at this month. I want to get Mordor finished today so we can get on to new stuff and kind of get through new stuff and yeah. So that's the plan. So look forward to new stuff soon and new videos and new ideas. So yeah, new. But yeah, so it was so easy to interact with the dog. It made creating a bond so easy. Oh, don't say stuff like that. Hey gang, what's going on? Hi Finn. New you. Exactly. Jaybird. Right. Those watching on Twitch, stick around. We're playing games. We're playing Mordor. Those watching on YouTube, as always, I shall see you guys later. Bye.